Welcome back to my channel, and our today's topic is solar system. As we learned that what universe consists of are the types of galaxies and the galaxy in which we live. So here is a small recap about all the things that we learned in the last video. Yes, so these are the parts of the solar system, and the solar system consists of Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, the largest planet, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Now, this is a small diagram in which you can see that the Sun is the center of the solar system. Here, where all the planets rotate around the Sun, and these are the asteroid belts around them. Now, let's learn about some important planets in our solar system. So Mercury is the planet which is closest to the Sun, and it is only little bigger than the Earth's moon. Means the Mercury and the Earth's moon is equal, but the Mercury is little bigger than the Earth's moon, and it takes 88 days to orbit around the Sun, and it is 65.405 million kilometer far. Now, uh, Venus is the hottest planet in our solar system. It has an atmosphere of thick clouds. The clouds hold in heat like a blanket, making the Venus very hot. So, as we know that Venus is the hottest planet of our solar system, and as the clouds hold cold, but in the clouds of the Venus holds heat, which makes it very hot. Now, it takes 225 days to orbit around the Sun, and it is 107.661 million kilometers far from the Earth, Sun, and Earth is the only planet which has life on it. Yes, it is true, and it takes 365 and 1/4 days to orbit around the Sun, and it is 143.7 million kilometers away from the Sun. Mars has a huge volcanoes. There are huge volcanoes on Mars, and they may be the biggest volcanoes in our solar system. And it takes 687 Earth days to complete orbit around the Sun. 222.54 million kilometers away means Mars is 222.54 million kilometers away from uh, the Sun. And now Jupiter. Jupiter looks stripped because it spins very fast, pulling its cloudy atmosphere into bands around the planets. It takes 12 Earth years and 4,333 Earth days to rotate around the Sun, and it is 75 point. Yes, and Saturn has thousands of rings, and Saturn has 53 moons. As we all know that Saturn is the second largest planet of our solar system, and it takes 29 Earth years to rotate around the Sun and 1.48 billion years away from the Sun. Now here, there are the two types of planets, which are terrestrial planets and jovial planets. Terrestrial planets are the rocky planets. They have a rocky surface, and jovial planets have a uh, soft surface, and they are made up of gases. Now, terrestrial planets. There are some important and uh, beautiful facts of uh, all the terrestrial planets and the jovial planets um, that you don't know even. Mercury doesn't have a moon. It is only planet which don't have a moon. Actually, Venus is even a planet which don't have any moon in the solar system. Venus is closest to the Earth. We also say that Earth is a sister, or Venus is the sister of Earth. Earth spins 1,000 miles in a year, and the Mars looks reddish because there is a lot of iron in its surface. Now let's learn some important and beautiful facts amongst the Jovian planets. So, did you know the red spot on the Jupiter is wider than three Earths? So, as the Jupiter's little small spot or red small spot is wider and three Earths can fit in it, can you guess how big the Jupiter would be? Second largest, as I told you, and Saturn have 53 moons. Uranus spins in the opposite direction that Earth does and is the coldest planet of eight big planets. Yes. Now, the very first question comes here, that why planets rotate around the sun. So it is a very basic question, that planets rotate around the sun not just because the orbits are there. There are orbits, but I have a question regarding it. That does the planet's gravitational force makes it move, or the sun's gravitational force? So the sun's gravitational force makes it move in their particular orbit. So planets rotate around the sun because the sun's gravity keeps all the planets in their orbits. Now, why planets never collide? Planets never collide to each other because they have gravitational force between them and sun, which has developed into the orbit. Every planet have a fixed orbits in which they rotate around the sun because of no planets get collide to each other. These orbits and planets have fixed position and a path due to gravity. This won't change until there are any dynamic changes. Means that planets never collide to each other just because they have a gravitational force. So as there are different orbits, they have space between them, sun, and the planets around them. That's why they have gravitational force between the orbits. And sun, which has gravitational force, has developed orbits, and as we learned in the last slide, that the sun's gravitational force helps the planet to move in the fixed shape. Now, yes, the next question comes, that why orbits are there and what will happen if there would be no orbits. So, as we all know that orbits are the fixed path in which all the planets rotate around the star, which is sun in our solar system. And if there are no orbits around the sun, or there have been no orbits developed, all the planets will collide to each other. So planets are formed just because 20-25 million years ago planets have the balls planetesimals has collided each other to form various planets, and all the planets will collide to each other. This is happened almost 20-25 million years ago, which led into the formation of planets and our solar system. And yes, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel.